What is up, everyone? Happy Wednesday. We have survived Public Monday and Public Tuesday. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope nobody maxed out their credit card on the Red Sox last night. Shit was a loser. Bad bet. That's on me. That's on me. That's on me, guys. How we doing? Let's get some W's going. Wagon Wednesday. Why not us? Why not us? Come on. Let's have a day. A lot of dogs I like today. A lot of dogs. I got one favorite up my sleeve. We've got day baseball starting up here in about 30. I'm on the Tigers. Tigers are barking. Tigers are barking. Yeah, Lauren, I'm with you. I'm with you. Last night was tough. Ramen only for the boy. Not good carbs. Bad carbs. Tough one. The Red Sox, they're terrible. Let's not kid ourselves here. That's on me. Bad read. Sometimes you get trapped in a little sharp trap. I thought it was the Orioles last night. Turns out it was the Red Sox. But we ended up plus. We ended up positive. It is what it is. I think we were up like a unit and change last night. It is what it is. We take the green, we roll. We're in the red. Sorry, we're in the green 4 days in a row now, including the Megalodon. How about it? I miss the Megalodon. I miss it. And I'm a freak, and I kind of want to go back to the Red Sox again today. So I'm going to need you guys to scream at me in chat and tell me not to take this poverty team, or else I'm going to do it. And I don't want to do it, but I might have to do it. I'm probably going to do it. Let's not kid ourselves. Probably going to do it. It is what it is. I don't think I have a goddamn choice. Okay? I really don't. I really don't. 2 plays I've locked in so far today. Tigers plus 140. That starts up here in a little bit. Thinking about adding the over. I can't ignore that line movement, to be honest with you. But I don't know if I want to have 2 plays in one game, because whenever I do that, I always end up going 1-1. And going 1-1 with a plus 140, in there is not a bad move. But I can't ignore that line movement. I think Logan Webb is overrated. I think Manning has been a little too good. These teams don't score. I think this thing goes over. It's moved from 7.5 to 8. Yeah, Lauren, I'm a Bello guy tonight. I think he's going to pitch fine coming off the IL. We saw what Eric Fetty did coming off the IL yesterday. I'll take Bello to do the same. He might not even go 5, and that's an issue because their bullpen is atrocious. But I like Bello at plus 135 here against Barrios, who's been pretty decent recently. Definitely scary. Definitely not the easy way out. This is no handout bets. This is no bet the best team on the card money line. It takes guts to bet something like this. It takes heart. And I've got guts. I've got heart. Maybe I need more brain so that I don't bet on shitty teams like the Red Sox. I probably do need more brain. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. I also cannot resist the White Sox today. I can't resist them today. Giolito is a favorite here against the Orioles and against Spencer Watkins, who's been impeccable recently. Hear me out, though. I mean, this is a contrarian bettor's dream. This bet makes no fucking sense. Let me tell you why. All right? We've got 70% of the handle coming in on Baltimore. Shocker, right? Everyone loves betting on the O's. They bet on them every day, especially at home, especially as a dog, because everyone knows that's all they do is cash. Isn't that right, Jovan?
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
That's all they do is cash at home. They are 24-18 at home as a dog this season. That is extremely impressive. They can't keep getting away with it. They can't. The one system that never fails. There it is.
Free every day.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, I mean, I went off on a rant yesterday on Trent's show. And what happens? The square is absolutely grabbed immediately after. So you're welcome. I expect a thank you card by COB. All the squares in my inbox. I want thank you cards. You're welcome. No, you're right, Sub Vibes. Keep betting on the Dodgers minus 1.5. You'll be all right. That's how you get rich. It is. But hey, we found a way to make profit yesterday too. We cashed a fat 2-piece prize picks. We cashed a 2x 5-piece from the spaces. Good, comeback spot there after the reverse sweep. Good shit, Jovan. That was huge. That was huge.
It was big.
What else we got? I mean, I know the squares 8 yesterday, and I looked like an idiot fucking ranting about you shouldn't take the Dodgers minus 1.5, and then they won by 10, but we still made money. We still made money betting dogs, and we're doing it again today, Jovan. A lot of dogs on the board I like, and I'm going to need you to talk me out of fading the Orioles again. You have an hour and 22 minutes to talk me off of it.
No, I'm actually with you. Super weird. I want to make it clear because I'm going to sound very contradictory talking about this game.
Okay.
So I think overall, on the board, they're showing Giolito a little too much respect, which is very telling in terms of the money line, right?
Okay.
with how he's performed lately and with how Spencer Watkins has looked lately. I mean, it hasn't been necessarily as consistent, but he's been really good for a majority of these past couple weeks and his past couple starts. So I think that is very telling. On the other side, though, there's a consistency that I see on Prize Picks with them giving Giolito too much respect in terms of the lines. So I will be taking all of the Orioles hitter fantasy scores. So I think those are too low against Giolito with walk issues and with him just being overall not a great pitcher. So I think as far as the money line goes, I am perfectly fine with the White Sox as a side. But on Prize Picks, I will be fading Giolito respectfully.
Okay. And even then, you're probably not going to either hit your side and the props. It's probably going to end up one of the two is going to happen.
No,
right?
I think they both happen because I think
they both could happen.
I think there's going to be runs in this game, and with the lines being so low, there doesn't even have to be runs in this game. I mean, we have Adley Rutschman 5.5, Mountcastle 4.5, Cedric Mullins 6 flat. So I mean, like realistically, you don't have to do much, especially when the walk is as big of an equation as it is with Lucas Giolito and with like guys like Adley Rutschman who are super patient hitters. So I think they don't even have to do much realistically. I just think they've done this time and time again. They did it with the Rangers a couple starts ago. They do it with pretty much everybody. The lines against him are too low every single time, and a lot of them hit most of the time. So I'm going to take those. And yeah.
Sure. That's called fuck in the middle, ladies and gents. That's what that is. That's a veteran move. You take one bet, you take another bet, and you try to hit right in between, right in the middle, right in the sweet spot. It's called fuck in the middle. Look it up. Maybe don't look that up. But
Probably not.
you want to talk about this game starting up here in about 30. I know we have a game that just started, but it's the fucking Pirates Braves. I mean, we're not gonna sit up here and talk about that game.
Yeah.
And it already started. So
gross.
We've got a game at Comerica, right? I'm starting to like this over with the boys here. I'm watching that line tick up.
Mm-hmm.
Not really sure why it's ticking up with, two pitchers with, 3 ERAs or below. Two pitchers who have been pretty fucking good. I think it's very telling. Are you looking to play any players in this game that start up here in a couple? Are you looking to take any squares? What are you thinking, bro?
I haven't looked as deeply into this game just because this game, on first sight, it's like not one that I'm going to run to. But with this over moving up, I mean, I think don't have like any points on specific guys, but with it moving up and with the lines on some of the hitters as low as they are, you can get plenty of value in some of these guys, to be honest with you. In that game, like I'm leaning the over with this line movement, especially with Matt Manning coming off of a generational start, looked fantastic against the Angels. Probably the best start of his professional career. It is the Angels, absolutely, but the Giants' bats aren't anything special either, so I don't see a reason for this total to be moving up at all. So I'm with you. Everybody else.
Joey Bart over half TBs.
Could be a possibility. We see the lineup real quick.
There's no TBs for Tigers guys.
Yeah, they usually don't.
Yeah. We're seeing Matt Manning at 2.5 earned runs allowed. We're seeing Logan Webb at 2, which sounds about right, I guess. But I think Logan Webb gives up at least 2 runs today, if not more. I just don't know if I want to play that push,
Yeah, I get that for sure. It's hard to find something because I would want to attack Matt Manning a little bit just to fade him off of that generational start, like I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't really throw anything out of the ordinary, or you can point to and be like, this guy is the one to target. Especially on the Giants, where like nobody other than like Wilmer Flores against the sinker is like a huge pinpoint for that offense, just because they're bad in general.
Okay.
And I would love to take Jock, but there's always the huge pinch hit risk with him.
Yeah, I don't think I can stay off this total with how good these pitchers have been. Like number one, Logan Webb, he's got the big name, right? Everyone knows Logan Webb is good, but he's been a little shaky. He's been a little shaky on the bump recently. Hopefully the Tigers can be a little bit patient, maybe take a couple walks. That's probably what it's going to take for them to win. And I like them to fucking win this game. I really do. And I'm on the ML, but I think I'm about to add the over to my card. I don't think I can ignore that line movement, and I'm trying to grab it before it gets up to 8.5 at this point.
Yeah.
And I'll probably go 1-1. But hopefully, you know, with that plus 140 in there, you know, going 1-1 might not be a terrible thing.
Yeah, not awful.
Maybe I can find an alt over here. Let's say.
Yeah, alt over 13.5.
Gosh, man, over 8 minus 120. Are you kidding me? Is that a joke? I can get 114. Okay, that's still fucking ridiculous, dude. I'm so pissed. I put money into Bet Rivers, which is one of the legal books here, because they had really good odds on a play, and I hit that bet, and then I've hit another bet on that account. So now I'm stuck using this fucking ridiculously shitty UI UX. It looks like a fourth grader designed it. Because my money's in here now.
Yeah.
It is what it is. That's a third world problem right there, or first world country, whatever it is. Yeah, I gotta fire off this over here before it's too late. There's no time. All right, we're in. Fuck it. We need offense today. In Detroit. We're probably not going to get it, but I'm all over it. We got the over 8, minus 114. We got the ML and the Tigers. What did I get them at? Plus 140, I think. Yeah, plus 140. Now they're down to plus 135 on most books. I'm liking that movement. That's for sure. It'll be very baseball. It'd be a very baseball move for the Pirates to steal this game, by the way, against Atlanta. I'm just going to put that out there. Would not be shocked. We've got another game. We've got a day game in Coors, which is interesting. Although it's 3:10 my time, that's fucking, what is that? 1 o'clock out there? Yeah. I'm not a scientist. But that's pretty early that's a pretty early game for the Rangers and Colorado, to be honest with you. Urania has been weirdly good for the Rockies. And I know you like the over in this one, and I don't hate the over. But I kind of want to fade Perez, and I don't know if I'm looking to take the Rockies here, but I want to fade him in some sense, and I know the over is doing that, and I'm not opposed to it, and I want to talk it out, right? Yesterday we had a 10.5 over, and that shit soared, right? Yeah. Now today we get an 11 over, with a better arm pitching, right? Yesterday we had Dane Dunning and Erman. Today we've got Urania and Perez, who have significantly better stats, and that total only went from 10.5 to 11. I was kind of shocked to see that, although how much higher can they fucking put it, right? But I thought with some better arms on the bump, especially with Perez on the bump, the fact that the total even got bumped up at all and is higher than it was yesterday, I think is very telling for the over here.
Absolutely.
I hope you agree.
Yeah, I do. And Martin Perez has been great on the road too. I think he hadn't lost a start on the road all year until the last couple of weeks. I think that start that he got blown out against Houston. And then I think he lost against the Twins too recently. But I mean, I'm down to fade Perez. I just think it's the safer idea to go with just taking the over, because I like the matchup hitters wise for a lot of these guys against Urania. We always do. I mean, sometimes we get burnt because he comes out looking generational, but I'm not going to stop that anytime soon, because I mean the stats tell you what this guy is. He's not going to continue being this good. So I'll go with the over. If you want to fade, specifically Perez in some way, I think you do it with Randall Grichuk. That's what I think. I think that is my favorite prop today on the board.
That's your favorite prop today?
That is
entire board.
Yeah, we got the Corp article dropping on that pretty shortly whenever it gets finished.
Woo! How about that Corp article yesterday? Free.
Yeah.
Free.
This guy.
I think he sprinkled in another walk too, an extra walk. Sure he can.
Yeah. He did. Generational legacy AB walks.
He's a fucking beast. He had a 4-pitch walk in the first at bat of the game.
Yeah, dude's
Stud.
he really is the new Brandon Drury for the kids. Yeah,
We'll take it.
yeah,
We'll
but
take it. You
uh,
gotta find your own goats, right? Gotta
yeah,
find your own goats. Not everyone stays a goat forever. You know?
yeah, 100%.
Gotta find your goats, move around, pick other ones, pick names, make goats who aren't usually considered goats. And that's how you win. You're not, Trey Turner taking Trey Turner super goat every day. That doesn't play, unfortunately. I wish it did.
Yeah, if
The
it did,
numbers are too inflated.
we'd all be in Cabo. But those numbers are large. Those numbers are sharp. Whatever, you got to find your own guys. But Grichuk has been a sneaky goat, especially against left-handed pitching and in course, and also against sinker ball pitchers, which is 3 for 3 what he's facing today. And I was talking about on the Capwise show too, because sinker changeup, that's Martin Perez's arsenal essentially against right-handed batters, which those are the two pitches that you do not want to throw in course, because those are significantly affected their movements by the altitude and everything. And his cutter's been great. His cutter is a part of his arsenal too, but he throws it much less against right-handed batters. So Grichuk, I just whenever there's a sinker ball lefty on the mound against the Rockies, that's the guy who I want to target for this reason. And I think Martin Perez is going to continue to regress here a little bit on the road, especially. And I think I like the over here, so the at bats are going to be there. And Grichuk, there's a lot of numbers that match up well with this, which is why I'm going with it.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what to pair it with. I'm trying to find a Krabby Square. The Krabby Squares have been pretty good.
A Krabby Square, huh?
They've been pretty good recently. I'm thinking about maybe fading Spencer Watkins in some sense. I'm thinking about maybe backing our guy Bayo, however the heck you say his name.
Well,
Maybe
the
backing him in some sense.
problem with that is I don't think he's full starting.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to do that piggyback Rich Hill off of him. So they're going to pull him early. That's what it sounded
They're going to put Rich Hill in from the pen.
Yeah, Bayo's like an extended opener is how they've been kind of using him.
I knew that. I didn't know that they were pulling Dick Mountain out of the bullpen these days.
That's what they've been doing with Bayo pitching. So
okay, that's an interesting strategy.
Yeah, it sounds like that's what they're doing. It's not really confirmed, which is why I'm kind of waiting. I like the over in that game, especially if they're doing that. So I'm waiting on that to be confirmed. We get like Braves. Braves hit a nuke.
Did they?
They did. William Contreras.
Fake All-Star. Fake All-Star, is that what you said?
Yeah, fake All-Star. Sympathy All-Star.
William Contreras, fake All-Star, he's pretty good at baseball, but he's definitely not an All-Star in my opinion.
Zero business, especially starting. I mean, you can argue that he's an All-Star, but definitely not starting.
Yeah, I mean, we know why that happened.
Yeah.
Right? That ball was touched, though.
It was.
All right, what am I pairing this with, bro? Shit.
Oh, man. I don't know.
I need a Krabby Square, bro. Anibal Sanchez, under hits allowed.
Oh.
Masterclass.
Yeah, respectfully, I'm good.
Spencer Watkins' hits allowed is at 6, which I think is weirdly high, especially with how well he's pitched against. He had a 5-inning shutout, no earned runs against this White Sox team a little while ago. I think Spencer Watkins gets fucking rocked today. I really do, and I think his hit total here being set at 6, I think is very telling. I think Barrios's hit total being set at 6 is also very telling for him today. I think he might get rocked around a little bit.
Yeah, there's a couple of squares. I mean, that's one I support, for sure. I know you don't want to take a Dodger, but they have Andrew Heaney at 7 strikeouts, which is wild.
Dude.
Wild, and it's hitting.
It's hitting.
Yeah.
He's coming off a bad start, isn't he?
Is he?
Or is he coming off an immaculate start?
Coming
off of a pretty bad start.
It was against the Brewers too, wasn't it?
But he had 10 strikeouts.
Oh, well.
What the?
Still hitting.
Like, are there any guys up here who we've have not seen up? I mean, probably not at this point. I doubt there's any of those guys even left.
Are you talking about
under hits from John McCain, bro? Come on. Have some
Are
respect.
you talking about like guys that are never on total bases?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Shea Langoliers.
He's actually been really hot.
Shane Langoliers has been hot.
He has been since he got called up.
That's their catching prospect, right?
Yeah. I mean, a couple guys that are just kind of weird. I didn't look too deep into these guys, but I mean, David Peralta up for 1.5 total bases. That's never there. And then Core's kind of factor in here, but Cole Calhoun also has a 1.5 total bases and is for some reason in the home run group. But I know you don't want to back the Rangers either. So it's weird.
No, honestly, a guy who'd be a decent look today would be Robles. All jokes aside, with my buddy in chat there, but he's facing Kirby, who only throws strikes. Robles does not have a taking bone in his body. He's got the Javi Baez approach, where he just goes up there and swings. He struggles against pitchers who struggle with accuracy because he's just swinging every fucking pitch, pretty much. Convinced that he picks if he's going to swing or not before the pitch comes. He's one of those guys. But if Kirby's filling the strike zone, Robles could get a base knockdown. I don't know if I actually want to take that though, but
you know what I think the most Krabs, not recommending to take this again, but the most Krabs square on the board today would be the Dodgers under home run group against Hauser. There's 4 of them. Mookie, Freeman, Turner, and both Turners.
What, have there ever been 4 Dodgers in a home run group ever?
They have sometimes, but I mean, the fact they're putting 4 in there, that feels like a bit of bait, to be honest with you. Maybe something you throw in a little small entry a little later, just for the conspiracy.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. What about Shane's under strikeouts? It's set at 7 again. He went over last time by the hook, but now he's facing the Angels. Oh, my God, they strike out so much.
Yeah, it did go down from 8 to 7 on Prize Picks,
wow.
But that's also because of the book reaction, because that's what they do. Because I mean, the line it was set at 8 before they opened the line, and
he's 7 on the books.
It was between like a Super Juice 6.5 and a Super Juice the under 7.5. So it's a tough one to fade. It's a tough one to fade.
Oh, Jovan, I got to take that one, I think. Oh no! I mean, I've been absolutely caking with the Cy Young pitcher strikeout unders is what is how I've been making money.
Yeah,
maybe we don't get greedy.
I will say, Capwise Nick's favorite prop was his over, but
okay, well then I'll just stay off of it.
But
out of respect,
the reason that I don't want to fade Shane today, yes, the Angels strike out a lot, but we've been talking about how he's been pitching different.
Mm-hmm.
He's been trying to throw the fastball a lot more for strikes. He's been using his changeup as opposed to the slider curveball more. But if we know the Rays, the Angels strike out and cannot hit the curveball. So I assume that will be a bigger part of his arsenal today.
That's the pitch that is nasty for him that I was like, why did he stop throwing it?
Yeah, that's why. Right? Yeah, so I can only assume with the Rays being as analytically based as they are, that's probably going to be a part of Shane's game plan today, which is why I can't really fade him.
Okay. See, that's baseball brain shit that I need to hear. That's good. What about, who hasn't had a good fucking start? Actually, he is coming off a good start. Fuck me. I was going to say you could buy low on Miles Mikolas, but he is coming off of a decent start. I don't know if I want to take his bitch ass.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, the Cubs do hit him a little well, too. I mean, if you're looking for an angle on that, Andy's not great on the road. So
I want to try to back Lucas Giolito.
You could do that.
In some sense. Whether it's his under hits allowed or his over strikeouts. I think he pitches well today. Gosh, man. I think he pitches well today. I know that I was looking at his fucking stupid-ass baseball savant. I'm trying to use the baseball brain more.
Yeah.
And he throws a slider a lot. Well, 25%. That slider and that changeup. And that's not good. That's not a good recipe against the Orioles, is it?
No, it's not. It's not,
a good
especially
recipe
like,
against.
I mean, they tore up Dylan Cease's slider yesterday, which was the best pitch in baseball.
Yeah, I can't take that move. You know who I can take is Dylan Bundy, though.
Why?
Because Dylan Bundy's pitching a gem tonight. See how his strikeouts have been looking. Ooh, they've been bad. But he's been pitching good. What the fuck?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to table that for now because
Yeah,
I can't find a Krabby Square.
We'll go over it in a little bit, but I cannot back Dylan Bundy today. I just can't do it.
I already locked him in. Plus 190. Sure you can.
Yeah.
I actually cashed it out because I thought I was being smart last night, taking him plus 190. And I was like, I'm going to wake up. That line's going to move. Woke up, plus 210 was available. So I cashed out my bet, went over to win bet, and fucking placed it there at plus 210. But I'm not changing it on my action because I'm not a fucking loser.
Yeah.
Shit. All right. We got four bets for the day game, though, guys. We got the over in Detroit. We got Detroit ML. And we've got the over and Coors. And actually, those are the only 3 day game plays. I just forgot I have Minnesota also here. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Plus 190. That shit's hitting. So gross, dude. So fucking gross. Okay, I need to tweet this shit out, though. Was there anything you liked in this? Hold on. Was there anything you really liked in this Miami-Oakland game? I know Irvin, we beat it to a drum of him being so good at home, right? But being this small of a dog at home against Luzardo has been pretty fucking nasty. I think that Oakland's a decent look on the ML. This total is down to 6.5 on some books too, man. And we saw an over yesterday. Finally, we didn't think it was possible to see an over in this fucking series. What do we think of Astros and Dodgers 2-teamer? Nice, man. How about you lock that one in?
Just great.
Lock that one in. But I kind of like the Athletics today. I don't know if I want to bet them. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I like them.
I like the Marlins. But
you like the Marlins today?
I do. I'm not going to bet it, though, because this is a oh, look at that notification. Great for you. Guess who's making their MLB debut Friday?
Who?
Kate Cavalli.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's go. It's about fucking time. What have we been waiting for? Call him up. He's ready.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
Damn. He's been pitching well in the minors again.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. But yeah, I do like the Marlins. I like the line doesn't really seem short to me with how well Cole Irvin pitches at home and the fact that the Marlins are the worst team by quite a bit against lefties in the league. So I think it's playing into that a lot, and their offense just scored more than, I forget the number, it was like 3 or 4 runs for the first time in a while yesterday. So I don't know. I like Luzardo against this lineup. I'm not really buying into the hype yet, but Oakland also sucks against lefties, and they suck against curveballs, which they're going to see from Jesus Luzardo. That's his primary pitch. Throws like 30+% of the time. And there's only 2 guys with positive run values against the curveball in that lineup today. So I will not be betting this game, but if I had to, I would take the Marlins.
Damn. But for your own mental health, you'll be staying off of it, not betting it.
I mean, this game and probably the Nationals-Mariners game, call the number.
Call it. Yeah, Miguel Cabrera is playing today, right?
Miguel Cabrera?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, he's not. Fuck me. That's okay. Against righties, I don't love him in the lineup anyways. That lineup is fucking gross. Oh. The total's moving up after that lineup dropped?
Yeah,
you kidding me?
It's weird.
Are you kidding me?
I'm in.
You son of a bitch.
Still moving up too.
Say that again?
The juice is still moving up too.
The juice is loose still to this day.
Yeah, the juice is also moving up on this over in cores too. I'm gonna have to get that in now.
Yeah, I locked that in as well.
Yeah, I did not yet. I need to do that.
I got over 11. And sorry, guys. We got to lock in bets. Bets come first. You guys all know that. Come on. Texas, fucking Colorado, over 11. Disgusting. I hate taking overs and cores. They never hit. Whatever. Okay. Okay, goods.
All right, there we go. We're in. Well, while we're doing this, we can talk about the Nats Mariners game. Shout out Mr. Joey Meneses yesterday.
Sure.
Legacy.
Did you have Meneses in some capacity on anything, or no? There's no way he was up on Prize Picks.
No, they only put him up for like the little half hits and walks sometime. He hasn't really been on for anything else, but
he's just breaking up no hitters with home runs.
I'm mad I didn't put the home run prop after I said it.
Meneses. What were his odds yesterday? Do you remember?
Yeah, I looked at it. It was plus 500.
Okay.
It's really not that much for him, I guess, but
I mean, all the guy's been doing is just hitting home runs. All the Nats beat reporters are like starting to talk about how, first 50 games of being a national, he's like on pace to have better statistics than Soto and Harper. So we'll see. I mean, it's not going to last. This guy's no Soto or no Harper, but he fucking shows up to the park every day and gets hits and gets nukes. That's all he's done. That's all I've seen. He might have concrete in his shoes and not be able to play a lick of defense, and he might be slower than Yadiel Molina. But the dude hits, and gotta love the story, right? Gotta love the story. God, Kate Cavalli's getting called up. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. I don't know if you saw, but the Wizards owner, I don't know why you saw. The Wizards owner is making serious moves to try to buy the Nats now, and I'm not very happy about it because I don't think he's going to be a spender, to be honest with you. He hasn't really been much of a spender with the fucking Wizards of late, although he did just pay Bradley Beal, which was maybe the dumbest move in all of sports. We'll see how that one plays out. Love Bradley Beal as a person, and he's fun to watch, but, I mean, how are you going to pay a guy that much money when he hasn't done shit for us? We haven't won anything, and we're giving him that bag.
Javi Baez got scratched, too.
Wow. How recent was that?
Like just now.
Oh, no.
But, I mean, they very well could have known about that before.
I've talked with you about the injury thing and how they know everything before we do.
Yeah.
But the guy getting scratched, 3 minutes before the game, they might not know.
They might not. But, I mean, somebody, like, you got to have the lineup cards and everything in for a while.
I don't think so anymore. I don't think you need them in for a while, and you could. Well, you need them in, but you can change that shit like whenever. I mean, we've seen.
Yeah, I know.
Guys
I'm saying like the ones that are changed. Like you can't do that 3 minutes before the game. I think there's it's like 20 minutes.
Well, let's see what the odds are on DraftKings because that book moves the fastest. Let me pull it up. My guy Pega Acid in chat. What a name. What do I think about the Angels selling? I think it's really bad for my Nats because I think, maybe some owners who are looking at the Nats are going to look at the Angels first now because I think that's a better market, honestly, at this point, especially with Shohei still on the team. So I think it's bad for the Nats. I think it's good for the Angels. I mean, whatever the Angels are doing, they should do the exact opposite going forward because it just doesn't work day in and day out. Okay, the over is still juiced. I'm actually seeing it at minus 120 now.
Cody
Tigers are still plus 130. So the books either don't give a shit or they already knew. They probably already knew because they're smart. But anyways, who gives a hell? Who gives a hoot? It's Javi Baez. He kind of sucks anyways.
Yeah.
How about it?
I don't think it makes that much of a difference.
How about it? Good call, Ollie. He does stink. Sure. I wanted to bring up, you guys got to look at this fucking tweet if I can find it. Where the fuck did it go? I want to screen share this shit, but I don't know if I can. I'll just read it out. The Orioles record since they called up our guy, Ali Rutschman. And of course, I lost the tweet. Give me a fucking break. Where the hell is it, dude? My point being here, I mean, give me a break. My point being here, the Orioles have by far the best record in the AL East since they've called up Adley, and I think Adley deserves more respect. And I know he's getting talked about a lot over the past week or so, but the guy is an unbelievable catcher. He calls an incredible game, ridiculous framer, and that's not going to matter in a couple of years, but right now it does. And I've seen it have an effect and an impact on the game. And at his young age, calling the games he's been calling, got to respect it. And offensively, I mean, the guy battles, he takes walks, he takes pitches, he hits for a little bit of power, he gets on base, he hits opposite field. This kid's fucking awesome, and he's good for the sport. And I love to see the other day that he said his favorite baseball player was Buster Posey, because I think we all know that he's kind of the next Buster Posey.
Yeah.
All right, I found the tweet. Jesus Christ. Ooh, since May 21st, when they called up Adley, the Orioles are 48-34. Yankees are 48-38. Hilarious. With probably like a tenth of the payroll. Gotta love it. Blue Jays 44-37. Rays 44-39. Red Sox 43-40. What a division that is. What a division that is. And we saw the Yankees get another win last night. They swept that little Subway Series 2 games. And the commentators had a pretty good point, I think. They were talking about how, yeah, the Mets have a better record than the Yanks. Yeah, the Yanks have been struggling. But their point was, as Acuna strikes out there, their point was, why did you take Acuna? Why did he take him? The Yankees get no breaks. The Yankees play, a good team pretty much every fucking night. In baseball now, you play a ton of divisional games. That's how it works until next year. They're changing it a little bit. You don't play teams in your division as much. But the Yankees get no fucking nights off. The worst team in that division is the Red Sox, and they have, almost a winning record, and they can compete and they can score runs. A team like the Mets, they get the Marlins and they get the Nats for a ton of games every year. And they've been stomping us, absolutely stomping us all season. So do you think once we get into the postseason, do you take strength of schedule into effect when these guys start matching up and we get some series of teams that, we're not used to seeing them play that much? Do you think that shit matters?
To a degree, I think it matters, but at the same time, like they should run through the AL regardless, to get to Houston. I don't think it matters because they're playing pretty weak teams to get to the ALCS. I think it's not even much of a challenge to them, and I think regardless of the schedule or anything, the Astros are just the better team. So I don't know how much schedule plays into that. But I mean, let's not act like they've been playing good teams too, but they also lost a series to the Reds. I remember that. They split that series, the little mini 2-game, I think, with the Pirates. I remember that too. I mean, they've run through a couple bad teams, absolutely, but I mean, they just haven't been that good. So I mean, yes, they're going to be playing a lot weaker teams to get up to the ALCS. So that doesn't really concern me, but I just, as a team, I don't think they're as good as the Astros or as good as some of the top teams in the NL either.
I agree. Curious who they play. They don't play tonight, but they play tomorrow. I'm assuming.
4-game against the A's.
They have a little series against the Athletics.
4-game, then they go to LA to play the Angels.
Well, they need those 2 series, and that's good for them.
Yeah, because they're coming back to the rugged environment of the Trop right after that.
Looks like the Giants already have somebody on base. Lamont Wade is now up. God, these guys' numbers are fucking terrible. The Giants this year. Lamont Wade's hitting $180 this season. Holy fuck. I know he's been hurt, but this guy was a swag hound 2 years ago. Matt Manning looks off right now, by the way. He looks off.
Love it.
He looks off.
Love
Any other games, that really stuck out to you today? I mean, we could talk about pretty much any of these. The Nats play at 4:10. I don't think we win that game, but who fucking knows? I mean, you guys are hip to the Nats streak they have going on right now, where in 40 straight games, a Nats starter has now recorded a win. That is a current active MLB record that is continuing to grow every single fucking day, and it might not stop anytime soon. I don't think it's going to stop with Anibal Sanchez, but who knows? They're playing in Seattle, Pitchers Park, and Kirby's going to be throwing a lot of strikes, so maybe we barrel up a couple of them. I'm not going anywhere near Seattle today. I'll tell you that much. You never know in this Nats offense. Who, at the top of that order, it's got a couple guys.
Not that it's the hottest it takes, but I think we're getting a Julio Rodriguez masterclass today.
Really? A J-Rod nuke piece?
Yeah, I mean, we for damn sure might.
I think you guys are fucking thank you for the Mike Trout home run when I was leaving the spaces yesterday, too. I mean, I threw $15 on it, but shit hit.
Yeah, shit did hit.
Shit hit. Good looks.
Yeah, but I mean, I think Anibal is going to pitch a little better, but a little better than I guess people expect him to pitch. But coming off of his little generational start, I want to fade him. And the guy to do that with is J-Rod. I was looking because I was diving into his numbers because we did that as like a segment on the Capwise show for that game, and I really didn't want to touch either side. So J-Rod's the guy. Dude smashes cutters. It's really all you're going to see is cutter changeup from Anibal. Absolutely demolishes them, and very rarely does J-Rod have only one hit in the game when he's seeing the ball well. So I'm down to I might even dabble in his fantasy score because that's the only thing he has.
I was really about to say, are we taking his fantasy score or what?
Yeah, I mean it's 8.5, which is ridiculously high, but I still might take it.
That is pretty fucking high. Holy shit. Yeah. And Anibal is coming off of a great start. I will say it would make so little sense that it would make sense for Anibal Sanchez to get his first win of the year, sitting at 0-5 with a 6.5 ERA. It would make a lot of sense for him to get his first win of the year and break that streak for the Nats, because that's how baseball works.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is too, like with this, like I said, I think Anibal is going to pitch not terribly. I don't think
it's just a matchup nightmare against J-Rod.
It is. It's literally one of the worst. And I mean, you got Anibal Sanchez too. He's like a 90+ stolen base success rate. So I mean, we're talking that super high fantasy score. It's not a bad safety net to have if we get a little J-Rod single.
Trent, I'm not taking the Nats tonight. I'm not. I'm happily upset that last night I was not allowed to take Eric Fetty to record a win. That wasn't even available in any of the books, and that prop usually is. He pitched well last night. I don't care what the fuck anyone says. He looked great. Coming off the IL, he just needed to fucking step away, I think, because he was really bad. And he was probably hurt, hence why he went on the IL. Do I think the Nats win? Trent, I don't want to bet against a team who hasn't had a starting pitcher record a win in 40 days. 40 games. Sorry, not 40 days. I don't want any part of that. With that being said, the Nats stink and Seattle is good, and I think Seattle breaks their playoff curse this season and gets to the playoffs, and they got to win games like this to do that. And Kirby could go out there and throw a fucking gem today. Who knows? All I know is that he's going to fill the zone. And, with guys like Luke Voigt and Nelson Cruz and Meneses and their pop, if you're filling the zone, that could cause issues. But, I mean, it's looking like we're going to have our guy Call at leadoff today. Anytime we have Call at leadoff, your coins are probably safe on Seattle. So keep that in mind.
Love it.
Cesar Hernandez has not hit a home run for the Nats all season. That's a stat that makes my brain explode. It's 2022. How we got a guy playing every day who literally is incapable of hitting a ball out of the park? That doesn't make any sense. He stinks. I do not like the Nats today, but they have been playing more competitive baseball over the last 2 or 3 weeks. They're not as terrible as they were when they lost damn near every game for 2 months. in the first half of the season. They are a little bit improved. I will give them that. And there's a fucking guy cutting the lawn out there. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's really annoying. I want to talk about the Just Baseball Peter game of the day. It's Cleveland, San Diego, with two of his favorite pitchers. How the fuck is he going about this one? He's got Cal Quantrill and Blake Snell up on the bump. Two of his favorite guys, who, by the way, both have the same ERA, which is fucking weird. And it's literally, if I had to guess what ERA these guys had, I'd probably say this, 3.77. It's like the perfect number for them. Not too bad, not too good, right?
Yeah.
It's literally perfect. Now, Blake Snell has been a fucking animal, an absolute animal, over the last couple weeks. Cal Quantrill, we know how it goes with him. It's literally however his competition pitches, he will match them and just be a little bit better. So if we think Blake Snell's going to deal, Cal Quantrill is going to go, head to head with him the whole way. I don't hate this under. It's at 7.5. And nobody's going to want to take the under with guys like Blake Snell and Cal Quantrill on the bump. And with how good these offenses are, I think it's pretty telling that total is set at 7.5 here. And I don't hate the under as we get another base hit from the Giants here. Now we got first and third, 2 outs. Maybe we get a bang here. I don't hate the under in this one. I don't know where your head's at. More money on the under. Line hasn't moved. A little sketch. I'm assuming you don't have any props you like in this one?
No, I mean, these are two teams where I really don't want to take too many, especially the lefty on the mound for, the Padres against the Guardians, because, the guys who I would usually target are Steven Kwan and Andres Jimenez if he's on, and I don't like them lefty-lefty matchup. So, yeah, there's nothing I really like here. The under it's a decent look. I don't want to take it. I think it definitely makes a lot of sense, I would say. More sense than I think you're giving it credit for, because Blake Snell has been – both of these pitchers have been really, really good. So I think it does make a ton of sense. I don't hate it as a look, though. Like, I'm not going to fade it.
Okay.
But, yeah, I'm staying off of this game unless I get seriously convinced.
Do you think Berrios pitches well today for Toronto?
No.
Okay. Why do you not think so?
I'm not buying into this little slight resurgence that he's had with a couple starts here and there, especially off his great start against the Yankees. I'm not buying into that at all. And this being the highest total not in cores today, with the possible guys that are not going to be playing for the Red Sox, is pretty telling. And I do want to fade Berrios coming off of that great start against the Yankees, because he had a couple starts before that where he looked all right. Then he was getting shelled for I think those 2 starts, and then he had a great start against the Yankees. So I'm willing to fade him here. Everybody knows the on the road narrative. That's nothing crazy, but we've been seeing a lot of runs in Fenway over the past of this last month or two. I think that continues. I especially like that over if the Red Sox kind of pitching plan shakes out as we expect it to, with Bayo and then Rich Hill coming in. So I think we see runs. I do like the Red Sox. I know you do too. I just don't want to put my money on the Red Sox, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I do not blame you one bit. Fuck them. They've stolen my coins in ways I didn't think were possible and made me look like a fool while doing it. Every time I bet on them, number one, they always lose. And number two, they either get absolutely blown out and I look like a fucking chotch, or they end up going into extras and not fucking covering the +1.5. That's what they've done all fucking season. They're an absolute poverty franchise. And Alex Cora, I thought Alex Cora was a good manager. I thought he was better than this. Plain and simple. I thought he'd have these boys in check. You know what Prize Pick Square is really looking at me funny, Jovan?
What is?
It's this Berrios over 2.5 earned runs allowed is what it is.
You want to take that one?
I think I might like that better than the hits, because the hits is at 6.
I'm surprised you like that one.
Why?
I feel like that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Well, I think the Red Sox just clobber him today.
Okay.
Fair enough. I'm not saying I like the over in the game, but then maybe I shouldn't take it. But everyone is on the over in this game, and they're going to be on the over, so maybe I don't put that with it. I just think that Barrios, I think he loses today. I think he loses. And I think for him to lose and for Toronto to lose, he's got to give up 3 or more runs. Plain and simple. But there's got to be a better square out there. Yeah. Peg acid, nobody fucking trusts the Red Sox. You should not trust them.
Yeah.
You should not. You should never trust them. Come on, Tigers. Let's get a fucking run here early. Why not us? Be very patient with Logan Webb. Let him come to you. Let him come to you. He's been struggling throwing strikes recently. He started him out with 2 balls here. Come on. Come on. See a couple pitches. Be a leadoff guy. Be a leadoff guy. I've always wondered when you see managers put guys in the leadoff spot. There's 3 balls, 3-0. I've always wondered why you put a guy at leadoff who's not patient. I thought that's like maybe I'm being a boomer. And with all these damn analytics, XFIP flops, whatever, maybe it's not the play anymore. But I always thought you put your most patient, best battler up there first. Hopefully he's got some speed and some good contact. But whenever I see guys like Trey Turner batting leadoff, I don't think it makes sense because he likes to swing, I've never understood, like Tim Anderson at leadoff. I just don't get it. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
He's a swinger. Put him in the 2-hole.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Depends because I think it's different per lineup. Because I mean, with the Dodgers, like they have a lot of hitters that can see some pitches throughout that lineup. So I don't think and they have fantastic hitters all throughout that lineup. So I don't think it's as important for them to have a guy to see pitches at the top of that lineup rather than just putting a great hitter at the top of the lineup. But I mean, for different lineups, like I think the Guardians, like somebody mentioned, Stephen Kwan at leadoff. I think that works great for their lineup. Him seeing a lot of pitches, but I think it's just different for everybody. I mean, the Rays do ridiculous stuff all the time, so I see how it works in different ways.
Yeah. What about? Do you know anything about this Farrell kid on the Cubs?
He's not been very good in the minors, from what we see. That's really all I know. This is another game that I really don't want to bet. I probably would try and sprinkle for the value on the Cubs, if anything, just because the Cubs have seen Michaelis a couple times. They've gotten 8 hits off of him in 2 of the 3 starts he's made, and he's traditionally in this season not good on the road, not as good on the road.
Okay,
numbers are skewed a little bit because he did have that crazy 10-run start in course, but overall his numbers still not good on the road. So I mean that's what I would lean in that game, but another slightly call the number game.
God, man, I should have fucking paired your Grichuk prop with the fucking Logan Webb over pitches first inning. He's all over the place. He's throwing balls.
Should paid out.
It hasn't hit yet, but it probably will. Probably won't now that I said it. We've got a little bit of a pitcher's duel going in Kansas City tonight after we saw you guys sneak out that over last night. Respect. That was a grind.
Beautiful.
Never in doubt.
Yeah.
Never in doubt, right? But now we're getting, God damn it, fucking Reyes blows, dude, in the 2-hole. He fucking blows. We saw runs last night. Now we're getting Gallen versus Singer. 2 of the only good pitchers on these teams, pretty much. Total's back down to 7.5. The under makes an incredible amount of sense here. So you know what I'm thinking is you take the over and you bank on one of these young arms to get blown up here.
Yeah.
And these offenses look good enough to me recently to do that. I think the over is a good look here.
Yeah. I think it's seemed pretty popular, I guess, the D-backs as a side, but I think Brady Singer gets blown up today. I think we get a Zach Gallen masterpiece. I really like his strikeouts. That's also something that's kind of popular too. I've seen it a couple places, but I think he dices up this Royals lineup today. I think Singer. This is another kind of situational thing. Like I love targeting sinker pitchers against the D-backs, especially because Josh Rojas at the top of that lineup and he demolishes them. So I mean, I'll probably be taking him again today too. Not as much confidence because it's Heasley versus Singer that we'll be seeing today. Heasley is obviously Heasley. Brady Singer has been much better.
How about Heasley yakking up on the mound last night?
Yeah, that was
You see
fun.
that? You think he was a
Yeah.
little hungover?
Yeah, just a little bit.
The hell was that?
Yeah, I mean,
Wasn't he pitching really fucking well until that, and then he got absolutely lit up?
yeah, he's pitching pretty well. I mean,
Then he
I don't
started
wanna
throwing up.
yeah, I mean,
Literally throwing up on the
he's
field.
getting real nervous after the 4-pitch walk to Josh Rojas to lead off the game.
I don't blame him.
You can see it.
I mean, holy shit, Roger Clemens' son fucking blows at hitting baseballs. I'll tell you that much. What the fuck? Golly, man. That was atrocious.
Yeah, unreal.
Atrocious at bats. This Tigers lineup is fucking terrible. Every single player on this lineup is fucking terrible. I cannot believe I bet this team, and I cannot believe I took the over in this game. Talk about a sharp trap. They got our asses with that line movement. What the fuck was that? Dumb as shit. The under already paid out.
Yeah, that's free.
It is what it is. I do want to talk about this Dodgers game a little bit. We got Brewers, we got Dodgers, right? We've got Hauser, we've got Heaney. You think Heaney keeps doing his thing? Pitches well again today?
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, it's impossible for me to I'm not going to back them by betting the Dodgers run line or anything, but the Brewers against lefties on the road, that's like a system fade, and they have not been able to hit them all year, even when they're like Heaney's been fantastic, out of nowhere. But the Brewers have even done this against bad pitchers, so it's like I don't see that changing really. I think it's Dodgers being at 250. I know we've said this a couple times, even with Lauer, but it's pretty telling that I don't think we're going to see anything different than we saw yesterday with the Dodgers.
Okay.
And Hauser coming back, he's just god awful. God awful.
Oh man. Okay. I mean, Cincy, Philly. This is the only game I think we haven't touched on a little bit. 2, we're getting Zuch versus C. Sanchez. I mean, you tell me who those guys are, because I don't fucking know. Yeah. I'm thinking about taking the under in this game strictly because this is 2 pitchers that I have no fucking clue who they are. I might just take the under strictly because of that. It's disgusting. The over's getting nuked. I mean, it has moved accordingly. It's up to from 8.5 to 9, and it might go to 9.5. So it is moving accordingly.
That's what I was going to say. I mean,
Scotch.
I get the angle. I don't know if I can go against a full run move.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, how many times do we see a full run move and that shit usually follows that path?
Yeah.
More often than not, right?
More often than not. I honestly might look to get it at 9. If it's there. Get the over in a 9.
Wow. You're thinking over.
Yeah, I mean it's not like it's some super sharp read or anything. These pitchers should both get lit up, and I know it's really hard to trust the Phillies. I just hate them just in general. But I mean, it's not like we're seeing any crazy arms on the mound for either team. So,
speaking of hating the Phillies, we got a special guest,
special court
the
back.
OG Philly hater. There he is. Look
Hello.
at that. He's got a little background going. He's got a license plate. He's got some plants. Sure he can.
We're moving up.
Sure he can.
Incorporating.
Do I see some of those weird little animal things that you got in LA? Top
Talking
left
about
sector?
Funko Pops?
Yeah. Am I seeing some Funko Pops up there? Sure he can.
Sure
What
he
the
can.
fuck is that?
Sure.
Unreal.
Sure.
That's not even a baseball one. That's like a superhero or something. What is
Yeah,
that?
it's Marvel. We're in the Den of Geek studio today.
Sure.
Got some meetings to take care of, but had to hop on the BTL with the boys. What's going on, guys?
Yeah. Doing well. Thanks for joining us. That
Thanks
over
for
last
having me.
night, never in doubt. Never in doubt. Good bet.
Unbelievable.
Shout out Rojas.
Oh my god. Oh my. Oh my. Geez.
I mean, top of the 9th, right? They put up 2 for the
They
boys.
put up 7 runs from the top of the 8th on. 7.
Hey, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And with how
Yeah.
hot you've been, it was long overdue, right?
Long
You've
overdue.
earned that.
Because
You've
whenever
earned that
whenever I get losses, it's never my fault. It's always the game's fault.
Right,
I
or
never
you
have a
put it
loss
on a
where it's my
bad beat. Right. You never taken a bet that loses that there was no fluke shit, right? I'm
fault.
with
It's baseball.
you. It's baseball.
Welcome to it.
synonym for baseball. First thing in the dictionary, fluke shit.
Yeah.
That's what it says. You got any plays you love today? We pretty much just went through all the games. And they're not great today.
No.
Not a lot
Not
of
a lot of
loves
good ones.
from me.
I saw a lot of people on Twitter loving this board, and I was like, why?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Very
love it.
weird. A lot of sharp lines, a lot of good totals. Like, this is not a board where I'm sprinkling everything. I got 2 picks. 2 picks that I do like. But, I mean, you guys know what I'm on. I'm on the Blake Snell, Kyle Quantrill under. Do you want me to break it down?
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah, do you want me to break it down? I mean, it's the 2 best pitchers. So the greatest pitching matchup since 1996 was Game 5 of the 1996 World Series between Andy Pettitte and John Smoltz. Both went 8 innings, no earned runs, and the Yankees ended up winning that game 1-0. This game reminds me of that.
This fucking guy. What is this? A movie? Is this a Broadway play? Is this fucking drama show? What is this?
Absolutely unreal.
Give me a fucking break.
Unreal.
Give me a break.
Yeah,
Matt Manning looks incredible, by the way. And he looks night and day from first inning. So I think he just struck out the side.
What happened?
As he should. Matt Manning happened.
Is he getting shelled right now?
Nah, he looked like shit in the first, but got out of it. And now he looked like Randy Johnson up there in the second. So
that was another game I kind of wanted to take the under, but it was so early in the day, and I was like, Logan Webb is so sketchy lately, but it is the Tigers. Should have just taken the under.
I'm on the over in the Tigers, so 2 losers to start the day. Sometimes I think it's good you start the day off with a loser too. It really kicks you into gear. You got to really lock in.
Yeah.
And step up for the night slate.
You took the over?
Yeah.
Got to use the baseball brain, just like fading something that ain't going to happen. I mean, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. It's the second.
It's over. It's already lost. The under already paid out. It already paid.
Usually how it works.
Fuck. Oh man, at least I didn't take the Pirates today. All right, it's the small wins. When I saw Cody Clemens come up and hit in the 3-hole today, though, I knew I was fucked. Because that guy sucks.
Tigers just are putting together a historically bad offense overall.
I mean, they're all banged up, man.
It's terrible.
They're banged up. All right, what's your real play? That's not just because you want to back your 2 favorite pitchers.
That's my real play. I mean, the Guardians can't hit lefties that well. Like, that's just a fact. And Kyle Quantrill's going to go in and dominate.
Okay, I don't doubt that. We've seen him fucking go pitch for pitch, inning for inning with every single pitcher he's faced the whole season. So
also, you should like this play. You should like this play. Everyone hates these 2 pitchers. More people are on the over. You should like this play.
I don't know if more people are on the over.
That's what I saw this morning. I mean, it could be changed, but that was at 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah. I mean, Blake Snell has been absolutely lights out over the past month or 2. But he did have 2 starts against the Nats, so can we even count it? But remember, Kyle Quantrill is going to do whatever his opposing pitcher does. He's going to do just a smidgen better. So if Blake Snell is going to go out there and give up 2 runs through 7, Kyle Quantrill is going to give up 1 through 6.5. That's just how he rolls. He's a competitor.
He's better than you. He doesn't have to be the best. He's better than you.
He's definitely better than me.
Against them. Not you particularly. I'm talking about you as the opposing pitcher.
Yeah, I think he's better than all of us. He'd be better than me. Yeah.
He's better than all of us.
Logan Webb, absolutely painting. Okay. So you got the under in that one. What else you got?
A's Marlins. I got a Cole Irvin start at home against a historically bad offense in the Marlins. It was pretty square yesterday when I was bringing up Zach Logue under 2.5 earned runs. Hit. I mean, they can't hit. I don't know what to tell you. They just can't hit lefties. Their lineup is utterly garbage. I mean, it's hard to find a team OPS under 600 against an arm. And, they have it. I'm going to tail Cole Irvin, who's been one of the better lefties at home. I mean, he's got a 2.12 ERA. I mean, we could break into all the XWAP stats, but, they're all good. I mean, he's going to dominate today, whether it's square or not. But then we have Jesus Luzardo on the other side, who is nasty and has just shown me that he's breaking into that potential that we all saw. The total's low. I mean, Jovan said it, I think, last time. It was like a lot of these 7 lines are going under more often than they're not, or they're pushing. I'm very confident. And
they're all pushing, bro.
The Coliseum, lowest run-scoring environment of the day. And
Shocker.
Yesterday it went over the total. 3 runs in the 9th inning. So anyone who had that under, less likely you're going to be like, all right, I'm going back to the well. I'll go back to the well. I didn't have the under yesterday, but I had Zach Logue under 2.5 earned runs because it's a literal cheat code at this point with the Marlins offense. So I'm under on that game, and I'm on and it's also, I see it in the chat, revenge game for Luzardo. Former A. Pitched there before.
A revenge game. It is a revenge game for them.
I think this game was like 2-1. I think the A's kind of win. I think the A's are a sneaky dog here.
The one thing that worries me a little bit would be, and I want to double check here and check a second source just to make sure I'm not being an idiot. There is more money on the under in this game. I'm seeing anywhere from 80% to 90% of the handle is on the under in this game, and it's one from 6.5 to 7. Which I thought was pretty.
I saw that
weird.
6.5 thing. I saw that on action, and then I checked covers, and then I checked Vegas Insider. They both had it open at 7. Maybe was at 6.5 for a second. I mean, it's not a perfect play. Like, it's not a perfect play. Like, for example, that over yesterday in Diamondbacks Royals had. I looked at the end there. It had like 78% of the public on that over hit. It's weird. Some of these overs and totals, like. Think about how is like Vegas worried about the handle on the Marlins A's under?
Vegas isn't worried. This is where my headspace is at with MLB guys with Vegas. Okay, so as I'm watching the worst bet of all time. Holy shit!
Like was the public on that under?
Flores just decked Castro running to first. That was honestly pretty cool. There's your cool action for an MLB for the day. He just absolutely decked his ass running to first. That was sick. But like I was saying, here's my headspace with Vegas and MLB. So Vegas, we all know they put their best guys, they put their resources, into NFL.
And NBA,
that's where
college football and college basketball.
Right. MLB is not, the top, they don't bring in the most handle on MLB. That's just a fact. And I think from what I've seen, I feel like damn near almost every other day, we have like on Sunday and Monday, fucking Sharps grubbed. Tuesday, Squares 8s. Today, Sharps will probably grub. Tomorrow, the Squares will eat. And it just goes back and forth. In the end, it all ends up being fucking equal. And the Sharps are going to end up at 0, and the fucking Squares are going to end up at 0. And that's how it's going to be. I feel like it's been, whole days where, contrarian bets or fade the public bets are all hitting one day, and then the next day it'll be all the square bets.
Did Squares eat yesterday?
A fucking vicious cycle. Vicious cycle. I mean, I was up yesterday, thank God, but the Squares feasted.
Trent hit a 6-legger yesterday.
Yeah, the Squares feasted last night.
That tells you enough.
Honestly, we all feasted, so we should be concerned.
We all did.
Yeah, 2-0.
We should be concerned. Yeah. But my point is, like, they don't give a shit how smart we can be with one game or one day, like you said, because the next day or the next game, they're going to get their money back. That's kind of that's kind of where my head's at with this.
All I can say is betting on baseball every day. I've done line reading. I've done, fading the public. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. I take the matchups. And like, if the matchups play more often than not, that hits, whether or not wherever the handle is, there's some things that will pull me off it. For example, if this, if I saw this morning that total opened at 6 and went up to 7.5 with the public on the under, I'd be like, okay, I won't take it. But that doesn't mean necessarily I'm being on the under, because there's a reason I like these plays. For example, like the Logue under is a perfect example of that.
That was a good
Jen
one.
was saying like, these, like, everybody knows that the Marlins can't hit lefties. You're right. They can't hit lefties. That's not it's not like, but they'll hit them today because Vegas has 68% of the handle on it. Like, there's just that's not even real. And like, I'm talking to this guy. I'm not going to drop his name, and I'll tell you guys after. It's like, this guy has made like upwards of $25,000 bets, and he tells me line reading is absolutely real, not real in baseball. There is so much manipulation of the market with big time players that you can't do in football because there's so much more money. So there are big firms out there with enormous amounts of data that will drive a price up in like on purpose, betting like how much truly around America how much money is on the under in Marlins A's. at
could not be a
3:30 on a
smaller
Wednesday.
Could not be a smaller piece.
So
There's
it's
probably
like
more money on the
I
preseason game
could
this weekend.
give a
already.
shit. I could
Yeah.
give a shit where the money is, unless it's something crazy, of course, then it may take me off it. But it's not. I mean, it's not gonna. It's a good lefty, better at home against the Marlins offense they can at lefties, and you got Jesus Luzardo against the A's, who are the worst home offense in baseball, 592 OPS at home, bad weather conditions. I'm taking the under, and if it doesn't hit, chalk it up.
Yeah, and that's a way to do it. That's a way to do it, and I can't agree fully, but I agree mostly.
It's fine. Well, football, I'm going to be much more inclined to be like, you're right, Krabs, 100%.
100%.
These kind of things, and I'll probably be tailing you, 100%. Football, I can't fucking bet basketball. I suck at it. Like college football, college basketball, absolutely. Baseball, I'm going with my matchups, and they hit more often than they don't.
They do hit more often than they don't.
Javon knows. He's talking Josh Rojas yesterday. Is that probably the squarest one in the Diamondbacks lineup? Yeah. Did it hit? Fuck yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It was literally
the matchup. It's baseball. You play the matchup.
Yes, but I will say if you're going to bet matchups only and you're going to bet with baseball brain majority, you better know your shit like Peter does, because Peter knows what color shoes the fucking bullpen catcher's wearing. So if you're going to go that route, ladies and gents, you better know your shit.
Yeah, and I've lost.
I take the easy way out. I take the easy way out. I bet the lines. I don't have to know the fucking color of the shoelaces of the bullpen catcher. That's why I have you gentlemen up here, because I like to collab and mix the baseball brain with the contrarian brain, right?
And that's why we get good. That's why we hit our five.
If you only go matchups wise, you got to know everything, and you do because you're a freak. But most don't.
And I don't just like, there are plenty of line reads. Like, for example, that play of the month was based on my baseball brain and the line reading.
That's
both. What I'm like, everything
sharp.
That's why I was like, everything matched up here is like a fade the public. It was the line movement. It was the offenses. It was the pitching matchup. And it was like, there's nothing how this won't hit.
All right. So, Jovan, let me ask you, do you not think it matters, or do you think it matters that over 90% of the handle is on the Miami Oakland under, and it's moved from 6.5 to 7?
I mean, I think it matters a bit, particularly because that specific move I've seen matter. But like, I'm not going to bet against it either. It's also the fact more that I saw the 6.5. That was one of the ones where it got hammered up immediately, which those matter a little more. But like everything you said, like I'm not taking the over.
I just don't know if that 6.5 is accurate. I mean, you can see in the comments.
That's what Jen is saying.
I looked at it last night because I liked it, and I saw it at 7 on my book. Like, I never saw it at 6.5. I mean, maybe and that was like at 11:30 last night. Like, I was already writing the article like last night. It was at 7. I was just like, okay, it's at 7.
I know I saw it 6.5 early yesterday on FanDuel. I don't know about any other books, but
this in showing 6.5. I mean, I don't know. It sucks because we'll never, and it blows because looking at betting data and shit like this, like, we'll never fucking truly know because there's not just like one big database with everything that's all correct from every single bet ever placed. There never will be. And because the books don't want that shit out there.
If you want some more line movement, I got it at -115. Now it's at -120.
The under.
Yeah.
That is good. That is what we want. That is what we like.
Also, the Blake Snell under, -110. Now it's at -120.
Yeah,
Blake Snell under game. Okay.
7.5.
7.5. Word. Cal, that's so gross. You think it's funny how Cal Quantrill and Snell have the same exact ERA?
I love it so much. it's poetry.
Oh, shit.
It's literally poetry. I love that.
Riley Green. What a play by Riley Green there to save a run. Good play in center.
Hey,
Aaron Hicks would never.
Never.
He would never. Hey, the Yanks, though, 2 wins. Back
3
on track.
3 in a row.
How about it? Are they back? You guys have 2 easy series coming up against the Athletics and the Angels.
Like, we're just pitching well. I mean, I said Montes would give us a good start. He was just so due. It's like he's better than that. He's better than that.
Well, the line told it all on that. Are you kidding me? Montes was a favorite with how terrible he's looked in pinstripes. It was the freest bet.
Yeah, but Taiwan Walker ain't good either. I mean, the Yankees had the better pitching matchup. That's why I thought the line was like kind of accurate. Not that
we know Taiwan Walker.
Like
we know Taiwan Walker isn't good, but that doesn't mean the public doesn't like taking the Mets at plus 110 or whatever they were.
Not wrong.
With Taiwan Walker's stats when he's like 10-3 with a 3 ERA.
Not wrong.
You know what I mean?
Not wrong.
Yeah.
We know he stinks. We know he's a fraud, especially in the second half. Look at his first half to second half splits in his career. He's always worse in the second half. But the public probably looks at that guy and sees the Mets record and sees his record, and they're like, holy shit.
You know, another second half
one.
guy that I've wanted to fade this year was Gosman. Remember last year with the Giants? Terrible second half. Been looking to try and fade him, and like he's just not. He's great. And I'm like, okay,
Gosman?
yeah.
So it doesn't Gosman have the best WAR out of all pitchers right now in MLB? Is that true? Is that a stat that I just pulled out of my ass? It's correct.
Absolutely correct. F4
Wow.
doesn't walk, strikes out a lot of guys, doesn't give up any home runs. That leads
What's the difference between WAR and F4?
It's baseball reference WAR versus Fangraphs WAR. It's the way they calculate it. It's not that different, but it's just it's the way they calculate it. For example, like for hitters, it's more accurate because they use different defense stats. Like outs above average versus defensive runs saved, and like I could get into all of it, but nobody on this channel gives a shit.
Yeah, that's okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Word. F is for Fangraphs. That would make a lot of sense. Okay. Gotcha. Are you on this over in Texas, Colorado with the team today? Or do you
I wanted to be. The only reason I didn't is because I didn't have enough time. Because I had this meeting this morning and I didn't have enough time to write it up. But like I'm playing it in props. Like I'm on Seager over RBI. I'm on Grichuk over 1.5 bases with Jovan. Like I agree that is perfect matchup. Cam sent me a message about Adolis Garcia is over whatever. Love it. Like I think this game goes over for sure. I would have put it in, but I couldn't write it up in time.
Speaking of squares, do you have a square that you really like today?
I like Ohtani's under fantasy score against McClanahan.
What and why is that?
Can it lefties? McClanahan's going to dice him up. And Ohtani, have you seen his at bats lately? It's terrible. It's terrible at the plate. And he's just getting over a sickness, and now he has to go play Shane in the Trop. He ain't getting a hit. And then and then the great thing is, it's like we don't have like, oh, it's like a great starting pitcher for the Angels, and then it's like, oh, then we got to worry about a crap bullpen. I ain't worried about a Rays bullpen either. Like they'll just match up against Ohtani because they play their game on a spreadsheet, not on the actual baseball field. And like sometimes they win. They win more often than they don't. It's kind of like I'm like the Rays of betting. Like, is it sexy?
Sure.
No. Is it win more often than it doesn't? Yes.
Sure.
Sure.
That is true. Where is Shohei usually
Devon
sitting
should
at?
literally love me.
Yeah, 100%.
Where is he? Where is Shohei usually
your
sitting at?
article?
That does start in like what, an hour and a half.
I'll do it right after this.
Sounds good.
Where is Shohei usually at, fantasy score wise?
I don't know, but he's at 5.5. Pretty low.
It's a little lower than usually.
Yeah. I mean, he is against Shane, but
Yeah.
Can it lefties?
And Jovan thinks we might see some good Shane McClanahan curveballs again today.
I agree. I love
might be
McClanahan
back.
today. I think the Rays win.
Yep.
Javon, you should have trusted your Rays yesterday. Of course they were going to win. Jose Suarez?
Yeah. Was not a fan of the Rays yesterday, but I think they do well today. Not a hot take, but again, I mean, this is also another 7 total game, and this is a consistent 7 total game. So don't think we're going to see too many runs out of this one either.
It'll end at 7 exactly. Is what
Probably
it's gonna
will. Yeah.
It's going to be 5-2 Rays.
It's going to be 8 to -1 Rays.
Very possible.
Damn, you like Shane like that today?
Yeah.
You like Shane like that?
I mean, he's what, -280, 290? I think that's for a reason. Or yeah, he's even touching 300 now. Like, God.
He's going to dominate.
And
I take his fantasy score, but like I'm so sick of taking these great pitchers high fantasy scores, and then they
Should we take his strikeouts at 7?
I'm not taking a full move. I can't do it. But I think it's a solid look. Physically cannot get myself to take it.
Okay.
Like I'm telling you, like I see DeGen and I love DeGen. I think he's great at what he does. I just in baseball, the line reading is not what you think it is. I called this guy and like I'll tell you guys who he is after. Like he's enormous. Doesn't matter. I mean, it matters, but not even close to football, basketball, college, anything.
I agree. That's why I had to turn the baseball brain on. I'm with you. I do think dogs bark today, though. I do think the dogs bark. I don't know if I can not take the Red Sox again today. I don't know if I can't do it.
Ban them.
Dude, I think
Ban
I have
them.
to take
It's
them
not
again.
worth your mental health. It's not worth it. What, for a
So
couple
it's
$100 here and there? It's not worth it. You're going to
plus
lose outright
130
or
though.
off of the dot.
Plus
The
130.
only way I can get behind backing them is if it turns out that Bayo is going in for a full start. It's not going to be piggybacking Rich Hill.
Yeah, that sucks. You want to tail that?
Oh, yeah, I do. I do want to tail it. I do.
You realize who you're talking to, right?
I do.
know.
I want to tail the shit out of it. I really do. Just be happy I didn't take the Nats last night. Baby steps. Baby steps. I wanted to take Fetty to record a win so bad. You couldn't even find that prop anywhere. It didn't even exist.
I mean, it didn't hit.
Thank God. He pitched
To
well.
be
I
fair,
wanna hear you say it.
Krabs also wanted to take his over fantasy score. It wasn't available. That would have soared.
That shit. He pitched great last night. Great. He did. He had a bunch of strikeouts too, which I haven't seen him have a bunch of strikeouts in forever.
I played Mitch Haniger and everything because Ballpark Pal had a 114% boost on his home run. I was like, all right, blind taking it. I told you guys in the morning, blind taking it.
That's a common ballpark pal W though. That guy
W. Shouting them out.
guys, it might be a couple. It might be a couple. I don't know, but they're awesome. They're cool. And I'm not a big XFIP WAP guy, you know that, but I think that what they do is awesome.
Keep
And
your
I've
eyes
seen
out
it, Pat.
for
I've seen it, Pat.
keep your eyes out for a potential just baseball partnership.
Wow.
Just
How about it?
Unreal corporate levels. It's crazy.
You guys write for us. You take it. You're in on it.
Corp.
I'm about to go edit Josh Rojas's article right now.
Corp.
You're in on it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Such a geek. All right. We had about 2 minutes here, 2-3 minutes. Zach Gallen, Brady Singer, some young potential aces down the line, battling it out. I want to take the over. I think one of these two guys fucks up today, and that's all it's going to take.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
You do it. I ain't. No shot.
I'll do it for you.
No
I think
shot.
you take a D-backs team total over because I think we get a Zach Gallen masterpiece today.
Yeah.
Damn, really?
Maybe like
But that's why I think the D-backs are going to have to do a majority of it by themselves.
I mean, it could be a bullpen.
Mhm.
Like we just saw Jonathan fucking Heasley throwing up and not giving up runs against his Diamondbacks. They put together horrible at bats. They looked like trash. Then against this putrid Royals bullpen, then they got it. Don't tail Brady Singer, who's a million times better than Heasley, and then Gallen's way better than Davies. Like you could just fade it, whatever. Do whatever you want.
No way that overhead. You're right. This game already ended 1-0.
No, I'm not even saying take the under either. I'm just like, don't then just whatever. Do whatever you want.
Are Gallen and Singer's fantasy scores where you guys would think they would be today, if they even have them? I'm assuming they do. Are they where you think they would be? Are they weirdly low? Are they weirdly high?
Let me here.
You're
I
low.
haven't looked at it. Here's where I think they should be. I think Singer should be at like 34.5. I think Gallen should be at 36.5.
Yeah, 37.5 for Gallen, 33.5 for Singer. So you were within one on both, you freak.
Okay.
Unreal.
That's pretty good.
I'm taking Gallen Case, though. I think that's max.
You like Gallen K's?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Now, if this was Merrill Kelly, I'd be all over the under here.
I know.
I fucking love that guy.
Gallen's way better.
I know he's better. I know
But
he's
Merrill
better.
Kelly is good.
I just like Merrill Kelly. Merrill Kelly's having a career year.
I love him too. He was really undervalued at the beginning of the
little
season.
uptick in velo for him. I think he's throwing like a mile and a half faster this season. It's been paying off.
You know who else is an uptick in
Maybe a
velo?
legend.
You know who's one of the biggest upticks in velos this year?
Irma Marquez.
Cal fucking Quantrill.
What's he throwing these days? Oh, I texted you like a month ago. I was like, he's throwing 96. Remember that? I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Grabbing sevens.
Yeah, 97.
Jeez.
Look at him fucking hitting the
Interesting.
gym.
Look at the goat, bro.
Grind. He's grinding.
One
He's
break.
not going to beat you with
Grinding.
just raw skill. He can't. He beats you with his mind, and he beats you in the weight room.
He's a
Plain and
chess
simple.
player.
He does. He's a chess guy.
He's playing
Oh,
fucking chess
man.
while the rest of people are playing Connect 4.
That's like when I found out Mookie Betts can bowl a 300. I'm like, this guy is just good at everything. He's
He goes
just
to
a freak.
BTU. He goes to
He could
BTU.
he'll probably be on the Masked Singer after Tom Brady.
Better than you,
Yeah.
University.
Literally, in 30 years of life, I'm better than you. That's Mookie Betts, and that's Cal Quantrill. They're the
Two goats,
Gets.
Hall of Famers.
They're the Gets. So I'll be locking in the over in that game because I'm fading your biased pick. Okay.
Sure.
I like the over 2. I just think I think it'll sneak over.
It could in the end. I just think they might give you some length. Like with Heasley, went out in the 4th. Davies went like 5. What?
What?
What did you say?
What did you say?
What do you mean by that?
I'm gonna go edit fucking Javon's article, and then whatever. Go take your Royals D-backs over.
All
And
right.
it makes no
Let's
sense.
run a little cheeky spaces for the late card.
5
Why not
p.m.
us?
Yep.
Why not us? Let's do it.
I've been hosting
Peter.
lunch. You guys want to host? A little different people in there.
Yeah, we'll go a little earlier.
All right,
Sure.
sure.
All right, Peter. I
See y'all.
appreciate it, my man.
Peace out, guys.
Beast. I do like that over in that game, respectfully, though.
I do.
I do.
I just think.
I know you do as well.
Yeah. Well, it's. I guess that's a little biased to a pick too, but
Mm.
I think a couple of those guys at the top of the D-backs lineup match up pretty well with Singer, and they haven't really been striking out nearly as much lately. Which I don't know. I want to see how he pitches in response to
that. Fuck you, Matt. God damn it! I always about to have the fucking day of his life today. He's going undefeated. Plain and simple. All right, guys. We'll have Trent take us home. I'm expecting him to chirp the shit out of me for making him take the Red Sox last night. That's why he's afraid of plus signs. That's why he doesn't take them.
To be fair, though, he had his little 6-legger. Last leg was the Guardian money line.
The Gabagard said plus money, which I was also on as well. Love that play.
Yeah.
Love that play. Shout out Savali. He's back. Savali's back. Watch out. All right, Jovan. I'm going to look to pair your fucking prop in a little bit, so I'm going to hit your line. I got to pair it with something. We'll figure it out.
Starts in an hour, so we'll get going. We'll get going.
Stay posted, team. All right? Trent, take us home, brother.